What's up, crypto folks? Welcome to another video where I'm going to give you 5 tips to start playing and thinking in the world of Lost Relics like a pro. And you are today with the multi-NFT gaming community and YouTube channel, The Crypto Herd. And really soon we're going to have the Halloween event in Lost Relics, which usually is a great opportunity to grab some limited edition NFTs. So if you're into Lost Relics, I do recommend you watch this video right until the end. So Lost Relics top 5 tips to play like a pro. Here we go! So guys, tip number 1, change the hotkeys linked with camera movement. Why? Because camera movement is essential when you are in an adventure in Lost Relics. I'm gonna show you why. So right now I can't see what's going on in the next room, so I don't know which type of monsters I'm going to face as soon as I open this door. But if I move the camera around, I already can see that there's a ghost right next to the door. So as soon as I open the door, the ghost is gonna jump at me. Okay, right here the ghost is quite easy to take care of, but there's rooms where there's like a bunch of monsters and you want to spot and identify where these monsters are. And that's why you should go to the settings, okay, controls, and change the hotkey linked with camera movement. So I think camera movement comes by default on the arrows, which is not practical because your left hand is always close to the numbers, because it's in the numbers that you can use potions and stuff like that to heal yourself. You want to set the hotkey for the camera movement next to the numbers. So like that, with one hand you can actually activate potions, activate your relics, and move the camera around. So I have it on A and D, and I do recommend you do the same. So guys, camera movement is essential to spot monsters before they charge at you, and it's also essential to shoot monsters with your bow, which is the second tip. Guys, use your bow as much as possible, because why would you risk taking damage in close range while you can just shoot them from a distance with your bow without ever losing any single point of HP, right? Because if you start taking too much damage, one, either you're gonna die, or two, you're gonna use a bunch of healing items, which is also not good because healing items cost gold, and in every dungeon you want to have as much profit as possible, right? So guys, use your bow. Learn how to kite. This is very important because in many areas of the game you're not gonna be able to shoot the monsters with your bow. So that's why you should learn how to kite. And what's kiting in Lost Relics? Well, it's very simple. You let the monster attack you, by other words, let the monster trigger the attack animation and then you run away, okay? Giving you like some space to actually use your bow. So this is an example. I wait for the skeleton to attack me, so as soon as he arrives to the attack distance, the attack animation is gonna be triggered, then I run away, okay? And that gives me like some space to shoot him down. This is very important because, as I've mentioned, you're going to be trapped with a bunch of monsters in close spaces. Cliff is making the game harder, that's why, guys, you should learn how to kite. It's definitely gonna boost the chances of survival in every dungeon. So guys, next tip, use shift all the time. Shift is very important because it allows you to attack without having any monster selected. If you don't do it, one of two situations might happen, which are: one, you with the bow and you actually want to attack a monster, but instead of attacking the monster, you run right next to it, taking damage. Misclicks happen a lot when you don't use shift. If you use shift, I'm gonna show you, this is going to happen. Either you select the monster or not, you're gonna do damage, okay, and you're gonna shoot the monster down. So shift is super useful, especially when you're using the bow. But with the blade, it's also very important. Look at this. If I don't use shift, this is going to happen. I took damage, right? But if I use shift, this is what happens. Do you see what happened? The monsters didn't even trigger the attack animation and I slew them. Why? Because you start attacking before the monster reaches you. Many times it allows you to do the killing blow without the monster ever attacking you. And that's very important. So guys, when you're fighting monsters, always use shift. It's gonna make a big difference. So guys, fifth tip. Break loot boxes, because these boxes, they have items and gold sometimes. Gather everything on every map and find every chest, okay? Sometimes finding the last chest means losing one more minute and you can get 100 more gold or maybe some blockchain items, so don't miss any chest. And gathering, well, that's super important because big part of the items you get in a dungeon comes from gathering. Plus, when you're gathering, you get experience in that same gathering profession. And at a certain level, you start to get blockchain items out of gathering, which is amazing. Let's look at scavenging, for example. Level 29 scavenging, you can drop rare blockchain items out of bushes. Okay, look at this, dried blush berries. These berries are very useful, they give you health and energy, and every time you exit the adventure, they refill, okay, because they have 2 uses per adventure. Use them, or you can actually sell them. They're like 3.44 engines, so that's like $8 in an item. Having your gathering professions leveled up is very important because it increases the chances of getting NFTs in every run. So guys, every time you go into dungeon, you're actually fighting monsters, you're losing health, you're using healing items, and you're risking to lose all your virtual items if you die. So you wanna make sure that you always get the most out of each run. So guys, bonus tip for you, which is be smart about which adventures you're doing. So let's imagine you got mining level 5 and you're doing Arcane Pits. Well, that doesn't make any sense because in Arcane Pits you can't mine if your mining level is level 5, so you're missing half of the items. What you want to do is go to Forgotten Chambers, more time, do more runs in Forgotten Chambers, gather everything so experience as possible, okay? Level mining and fishing to level 10 and only after do Arcane Pits. Like that, you'll be able to actually grab all the items available in the adventure, okay? You always want to get the most out of each adventure. Also, the same goes for your weapons. So let's imagine that you only have gray weapon, and even though you level a lot your gathering skills, you're doing a super hard dungeon and you're spending all your healing items. Maybe you didn't even get that last chest because you were almost about to die. Well, that's also not smart. The best you can do is maybe do a few more of the easier dungeons, get better equipment, and only after adventure yourself into the harder dungeons, because you want to have profit, you don't want to have financial loss when you're doing adventures, right? So that means that the amount of gold you're spending in items, in healing items and mana regen items are inferior to the amount of gold that you can get from the items you gathered in the adventure. And always go prepared to the adventure you're going to do. It's better to actually take one extra health potion than missing the last chest in that last section of the adventure because, well, you're about to die and you have to find the exit really fast, okay? You don't want to get yourself in this situation. Get always the right gathering tools and get some mana regen items. Go prepared for the adventure you're going to do. So guys, we have arrived at the end. If you enjoyed the video and took some value out of it, smash that like button. And if you want to see more Lost Relics content and Lost Relics streaming, I do suggest that you also hit that subscribe button with the notification bell on. Because more and more we're gonna cover features of this game, because we do truly believe in the success of this crypto ARPG. Never ever stop playing to earn, because play to earn is the future of gaming. See you crypto maniacs next video.